Now, Go Vegan World advertisements on the side of Dublin buses are BS and childish. That is according to independent TD Michael Collins, who says the adverts promoting veganism are an attack on the agricultural industry. And he and Sandra Higgins, who is the director of Go Vegan World, join us now. Let me come to you first, Michael. Why do you say that they're childish and BS?
Well, it's completely extreme advertising, to say the least. I have no issue with a person being vegan. That's their entitlement. But putting up and paying for adverts like this, like dairy takes babies from their mothers, animal agriculture is the largest contributor to Ireland's GHG emissions, and a picture of a lamb on the side of Dublin Bus says she has one precious life. Will your dinner take it from? That's extreme, to say the very least, advertising. And I think Dublin Bus, being a semi-state company, has a lot to answer to think that they take adverts like that. There's no issue whatsoever.
I'm not sure Dublin Bus now actually, once something is within advertising standards, do have a role in that. But I take your point. So you find it extreme. Let me put that to Sandra. Sandra, these ads are extreme. What do you say to that?
Good morning, Ciara. Well, we believe that the public have a right to factual information. So that's the rationale behind our ads. The recent EPA statistics show that animal agriculture is the highest contributor to greenhouse gas emissions in Ireland, 37.5%. So most people, when they think of taking action to be more environmentally friendly, they have shorter showers or they cycle to work. And while these actions are very beneficial, we're not denigrating them at all, we believe that once they have access to these statistics and they realise how effective they could be if they changed their diet from animal products to a plant-based vegan diet, and how easy it is to do this, they could be a lot more effective. So, similarly with our dairy.
Michael, what Sandra is saying is these ads are merely factual. You might call them extreme, but it is true that agriculture is contributing to emissions. It is true that if you kill a lamb to eat it, you're ending a life to have your dinner. So they're stating facts, even if you don't like the facts that they're stating.
It's crazy advertising, Ciara, at the end of the day. A diesel powered Dublin Bus carrying around ads for Go Vegan Ireland, telling people to basically tighten their belts and about GHG emissions. It's not fair. I don't have any problem. The wide variety of vegans want to pay for an advert and decide to go bus saying advertising vegan food. That's their entitlement. But attacking one sector of society, one sector that the government are paying millions of euros above, and others, to spread the fact that our Irish agriculture and Irish meat is probably the best in the world to eat. But it's sad to think that Go Vegan Ireland, and I'd love to know, and I think it's a very, very important point, who's funding all this? Where is the money coming from that Go Vegan Ireland have, that they can put up signs like this in Dublin Bus?
I still think you haven't addressed the fact, and I'm not a vegan, by the way, Michael, or anything. I'm merely putting that Sandra has made the points. The ads are factual. You don't like them. You think they're extreme. You don't think they sit right with you and everything. But there's nothing. The only types of ads you can take down are ones that are false advertising, and they aren't. I genuinely don't agree. I don't think they're right. I think they're extreme, as I said. It's scandalous advertising, and it shouldn't be allowed. And I'm attacking both Go Vegan Ireland for putting up those ads, and I'm also attacking Dublin Bus for allowing those ads to be advertising right. Scandalous remarks about Irish agriculture. Sandra, Michael has asked where Go Vegan World gets its funding. I'm sure you're able to answer that question.
Well, I think it's very sad to hear the way he's talking, because this is just a distraction technique from the more important question. Our funders are protected under GDPR. We're funded by people who promote veganism and animal rights.
As you are allowed to be. I'm not suggesting otherwise, by the way. It was more just I didn't want it left hanging.
Yeah. The tactics that Michael is using, we had similar in the DUP from the DUP last week. We have it every year. These are the tactics that the tobacco and the fossil fuel industry have used. They present farmers as victims. They undermine the harm of their product. Animal agriculture, as we know, it emits very significant contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, the biggest driver of biodiversity, completely unethical.
Michael, everything Sandra's saying is correct. Let me put it to you. Why don't the agricultural industry just run a set of ads promoting agriculture? Would that not be the answer, rather than trying to censor vegans or indeed attack Dublin Bus, who are well within their rights to set advertising on the side of buses?
There's no problem with that, and don't you worry, the farm organisations will be running advertisements promoting agriculture. But I wouldn't agree with farm organisations attacking people that don't eat meat. It's not the right way to go about it. You advertise, you promote your own goods. You don't attack some other industry that's trying its best to survive into what it's become. So
you take them as you see them as an attack. I'm not sure. Anyway, okay. Look, that's very interesting. Lastly, before I let you go, Sandra, can I just ask you, Kylie Jenner's dress? You may have seen it with the big animal, the big lion's head under in a headlock under her arm. Have you seen the dress I'm referring to?
Sorry, Ciara, I'm not going to discuss that because it's irrelevant. If you don't mind me saying, that I was just talking about the tactics that are used by the fossil fuel and tobacco industry are the same as the tactics being used by animal agriculture. Michael has just supported my point there, and you have too, by saying that one of the ways you could denigrate the Go Vegan World ads is to promote animal agriculture, but we are surrounded by a plethora of advertising.
Just to be clear, I didn't suggest that anyone should denigrate the Go Vegan ads. I merely said, rather than say that Go Vegan ads shouldn't exist, I was saying that agriculture could promote itself through its own adverts. I did not suggest that they should denigrate the vegans.
But sorry, Ciara, what I'm trying to say is the tactics that are used, that they're being used, they present themselves as victims. They undermine the harm they're contributing. They present their products as being environmentally friendly and good for health. And then they denigrate. This is the tactic that is used, denigrate veganism. And I don't know how you can say that Michael's comments are not a disgrace for somebody in public office. What this is doing, Ciara, it's pretending that there is no debate about this.
Okay, I take your point. I want to let Mike. I need to let Michael respond to you because you called him a disgrace. Michael, what do you say to that?
Well, Sandra's well entitled to her views and extreme views as they are, and we've seen with Go Vegan World the extreme way they carry out their advertising. She's saying it's tactics. If that ain't a ruthless kind of a tactic, I don't know what you call a tactic as such. I'm here as a person that comes from the country. I know you've made the points, and I appreciate both your positions. And look, Go Vegan World out there with a diesel powered Dublin Bus carrying on their heads. I think something.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there for both of you. Look, thank you both very much for coming on and speaking to us though this morning. That is independent TD Michael Collins and Sandra Higgins, director of Go Vegan World. Let us know what you think. Have you seen the ads that you're talking about? What do you think about it? 53106 at a cost of 30 cents.